There's a creature living in China's Yangtze River that has survived for millions of years. But in the last few decades, it has come closer to extinction than almost any other marine mammal on Earth. Picture a river so vast and powerful that it shapes the land, the culture, and the lives of 500 million people. Now, imagine a sleek, intelligent animal gliding through its murky waters, a creature that looks like a small dolphin but has no dorsal fin, just a gentle ridge along its back. This is the Yangtze finless porpoise, one of the few freshwater porpoises in the world, and for centuries, it was considered a river guardian by those who lived along its banks. But today, it's fighting a battle it may not win. In the 1990s, there were thousands of these porpoises. Now, fewer than 1,200 remain. And what's truly startling is that we almost didn't notice they were disappearing until it was almost too late. To understand why this animal is vanishing, you have to look at the river it calls home. The Yangtze is the third longest river in the world, a lifeline for China, but also one of the most heavily used and polluted waterways on the planet. For the finless porpoise, the river is both its sanctuary and its trap. For millions of years, the porpoise thrived here. It evolved to hunt fish in the murky, fast-moving currents. It developed a sophisticated sonar system to navigate where eyesight was useless. It even earned the nickname Smiling Angel because of what looks like a permanent, gentle grin. But that smile hides a story of silent suffering. The first major blow came with the industrialization of the Yangtze. Factories sprung up along its banks, pouring untreated chemicals and heavy metals into the water. Agricultural runoff filled the river with pesticides. The porpoise, positioned at the top of the food chain, began accumulating toxins in its body. Many grew sick. Reproduction rates dropped, then came the ships. The Yangtze is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world. Thousands of vessels, cargo ships, ferries, fishing boats churn its waters every day. For an animal that relies on sound to see, the constant engine noise is like living in a permanent fog. They struggle to hunt, to communicate, to navigate. Many are struck by propellers. Others become entangled in fishing nets, not as targets, but as tragic bycatch. But the single most devastating event for the porpoise was one that also wiped out its closest relative. You may remember the Beiji, the Yangtze River dolphin. In 2006, it was declared functionally extinct. It was a wake-up call. Scientists realized the finless porpoise was heading down the same path and fast, so what happened next? A race against time began. In 2012, the Chinese government and several conservation groups launched an emergency plan. The goal? Move some porpoises to protected reserves, safe zones away from the chaos of the main river. One of these reserves is Tianizhu Oxbow, a former section of the Yangtze that was cut off from the main channel decades ago. Here, the water is cleaner, quieter. There are no ships. No fishing nets, but moving a porpoise is not like moving furniture. These are sensitive, intelligent animals. The capture and transport process is incredibly delicate. They're carefully lifted from the water in soft slings, kept wet, and monitored for stress. The journey to the reserve can take hours. For the scientists involved, every minute is filled with tension. Will the animal survive the trip? Will it adapt? Once released, the porpoises aren't just left to fend for themselves. Researchers track their movements with underwater microphones. They monitor their health. They even provide supplemental feeding during harsh winters. Slowly, the population in the reserves began to grow. Calves were born. For the first time in years, there was hope, but reserves alone aren't enough. You can't save a species by putting it in a bubble. The real challenge is saving the Yangtze itself. That's where the second part of the rescue mission comes in: habitat restoration. Efforts are underway to clean up the river. Some factories have been relocated. Fishing bans have been enforced in key areas. Artificial reefs are being built to encourage fish populations, the porpoise's main food source. It's a massive, expensive, and politically complex effort, but it's working in small, measurable ways. There's also a growing movement among local communities. For generations, many fishermen saw the porpoise as competition. Now, some of those same fishermen are being trained as rangers and conservation guides. They're using their knowledge of the river to protect the animal they once resented. It's a powerful shift from conflict to coexistence today. The numbers are still dangerously low, but they've stabilized. The decline has slowed. In some protected zones, the population is even growing. The finless porpoise has become a symbol not just of what we've lost, but of what we might still save. Its future is still uncertain. Climate change, pollution, and the ever-present threat of ship strikes loom large. But the porpoise has something now that it didn't have a decade ago: a fighting chance. It's a reminder that extinction is not inevitable. It's a choice. And for this ancient, smiling creature of the Yangtze, we're finally choosing to fight back. If you believe even the most endangered species deserve a future, help spread the word. Like this video, subscribe to Rare Species, and tell us in the comments, which river animal should we protect next?